Hello, everyone, and welcome to this special edition of the 88 MPH Community Call, where we will be running a special demo/AMA of the recently launched V3. In addition, we will be covering some of the latest developments and happenings here at 88 MPH. My name is Whitber, and I'm a crypto enthusiast and an 88 MPH community volunteer. Today's call is going to be full of valuable information, so I encourage everyone to pay attention all the way to the end. As usual, a couple of reminders before we get started. Please keep your mics muted unless you're speaking. Since we're running things a little different today and not using stages, if you have any questions, please toggle your mic on and off as a way to quote unquote raise your hand so that we know that you want to speak so we can bring you up and pass over the mic. We will open our Q&A to the audience after each segment of the demo. So if you have any questions, please feel free to write those down so you don't forget. As with tradition here at 88 MPH, we will be closing the call with a $100 raffle giveaway in the form of one MPH. As well, we'll be minting POAPs for those who have attended. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy the call. With that, I'd like to pass over the mic to McFly, who will get us started with this special interactive demo as well as the latest developments. McFly, if you want to kick it off.
Cool, thanks, Pepper. Thanks everyone for joining us. Today is a special community call. We don't have any guests.
McFly, you're muted.
Thanks, Whipper, and thanks everyone joining me. Joining us, and it's a special community call today. We don't have any guests. We will have new guests starting next week. We wanted to just reserve this community call to do a quick recap regarding what we are doing with multi-chain deployments, and especially doing a cool demo on Fantom for the community member who doesn't know yet what we have to offer on Fantom and how it works. It will be a quick community call probably. Going for the demo, like 30 minutes, something like that. So I will start just with updates. So in case you missed it, we are right now on Polygon, on Avalanche, on Fantom. We deployed all of that in the last days. We will stop there right now in terms of deployment on other chains, just making sure that we have a stable product on all these chains. And of course, starting growing there, connecting with different communities and projects on this new ecosystem. So building liquidity, bridging assets, starting building a relationship with everyone. So we are starting everyone in the team doing that. And I'm having some calls since the last days and in the following days for seeing how we can collaborate, and pretty excited by some stuff that are going to happen on this multi-chain ecosystem, especially on Polygon, with in-game assets that will let you earn a fixed yield rate while you play in a game. So stay tuned for all of that because it will be really wild and really, like, personally really interested by all this thing, especially metaverse stuff. Basically, we can think of 88 MPH as the metaverse bank, acting as a middleware for offering fixed yield rates to everyone, especially in game. That's pretty dope. We will continue moving not too quickly, just to make sure everything works as expected. Right now in the following days, we will announce our plans to build the liquidity on Polygon, Fantom, and Avalanche. And also how to start incentivizing TVL deposits there. So not yet defined. We will announce some stuff in the following days. Basically, we will announce things when it's ready, just to make everyone being sure that we can release what we are promising. So just thanks for your patience regarding that, and we will communicate more on that later. And I think that's it, Reaper. Anything else I'm missing in terms of update?
I think you've covered it, but if anything else comes to mind towards the end of the call, we can discuss future updates or developments if anything pops into mind. If not, and you want to get started, we can start with the demo.
Yeah, and probably it's cool to have like some word at the end for the contest, the community contest, to see if yeah, some people here has some questions with that, maybe. Anyway, yeah, let's start with the demo. I will just stream directly on this channel my screen.
Okay, guys, I invite everyone to watch the stream. Just go ahead and click the button, watch stream, and you'll be able to see everything in the presentation.
Yep. I'm just waiting you guys to join, and I will start. You can see my screen, Wipper?
Yeah.
Cool. So that's the landing page of 88MPH on Fantom. Sometime on Brave, it's a bit slow to load. So don't do like me, don't use Brave. Use Firefox, it's really better. But for the demo, I have a wallet already installed here. So I will just use that. But yeah, we are working on that with Zeph. He's helping us with the front end, and we are optimizing the loading time. There is some issue with like the different API we are using, and some of them sometimes break. So for this reason, you have some delay to load the data, but usually it works well. So we'll continue working on that, just to let you know. So here is the interface, the UI for Fantom. You will notice that we don't offer any farm or any staking features on Fantom or Avalanche or Polygon. The reason is not ready yet, so we are thinking the best way to do that, as I was saying just before. So right now, like the only things you can like the only things you can do on Fantom is depositing to earn a fixed yield rate or buy a yield token. So maybe before presenting how to use 88MPH for people not really aware how Fantom works, you can get some FTM token on like decentralized exchange. You can use, for example, Paraswap or others. And what you will need to do with this FTM token is the native asset of the Fantom blockchain. You will need to bridge them to Fantom blockchain network. And for that, you will need to use a bridge. So there is different solution out there. There is AnySwap. There is also Spooky Swap. And there is also another one, but it's not really great, is multichain.xyz, something like that. But it's definitely not great, so I strongly advise to don't use it. But yeah, here you can bridge really easily with Spooky Swap or AnySwap. So it's not quick as it is to bridge assets on Avalanche, for example. It's take a bit more time. So it depends the bridge you are using, but basically it's straightforward. You just select the chain from which chain you want to bridge your asset to Fantom, and you select the assets you want to bridge. So of course you will need to pay some gas fee for that. So depending when you do that, it's a bit expensive sometimes. So like the best time to do anything on Ethereum mainnet right now is during Sunday, like Saturday night, Sunday morning, because right now the gas is kinda high, but kinda fine for like the trends we have right now, but it's a bit expensive. So yeah, AnySwap also you can bridge some stuff. It's like the most used one I think on Fantom, and Spooky Swap. Like at least it's the two I'm using. So when you do that, you have like FTM token directly on Avalanche, on Fantom. Like the next thing you need to do is going on Fantom Foundation. I hope you can see my screen, right? Because I'm not sure if I'm sharing all my.
Yeah. No, we can see everything.
Cool. So
If anyone can't see for whatever reason, just sort of speak up. Just I want to make sure that everyone can. I know that I can, but if someone else can just speak up real quick, just let me know that they're seeing everything coming clear. That'd be great.
yep. So I visited this Fantom.Foundation. I clicked on Fantom DeFi, and I'm redirected to the wallet, the native wallet of Fantom. And you can see here my asset for this wallet. And I will disconnect from that one, and I will just use another one. So yeah, that's the UI, the interface you will see when you land on this PWA wallet. So you can connect, you can create, you can restore your wallet. So me, I'm just connecting with MetaMask, making sure that I'm connected also to the Fantom network. So you can change it here. You have like the different option of network you can connect. So you can just input the custom RPC here. Or when you connect usually on a Fantom application like this one, the wallet, they will offer directly the right parameters to connect. So don't worry about that. And so I have 10 FTM on this wallet, and I'm going to swap them for another asset I need is WFTM in order to be able to deposit some WFTM on 88MPH because we don't support directly FTM deposit. You need the wrapped version of FTM. So for doing that, you can directly go here and you see I have already some FTM, 10 FTM here, and I have 34 WFTM. So you can input whatever amount you want to swap. You click on submit, and you will be invited to pay for the transaction cost, and you will be done. So after that, it's like I'm just doing that because I want to use for this demo WFTM. But of course, you don't need it if you have DAI or USDC already bridged to Fantom. So I'm going back to 88MPH. I'm going in the earn section. And I need to wait a bit to make this thing load. So sometimes you need to refresh. It will be probably best to use Firefox for this demo. Okay, let me just switch to another browser.
By the way, while McFly is switching, for everyone that just noticed the wrapping process, you guys are probably more familiar with taking ETH and wrapping it to WETH. That is a similar process that you just saw McFly showing us with the FTM. I'm pretty sure that all of you are aware of that, but just in case you weren't, I just wanted to point that out so that you understood what exactly he was showing you. As he mentioned, I believe the contract can only accept the wrapped version as opposed to the actual native non-wrapped as it is. Is that correct, McFly? Just to sort of recap while we're waiting for the screen.
Yep, that's correct. So yeah, can you see my screen?
For me now, it's just showing up as link.
Let me check.
Hey, Rich, can you let me know what you see on McFly's screen, or Yan?
I can see it like it's moving. Should be fine. Like there's a deposit balance of like 72 USD or.
Oh yeah, so that's the right screen.
Okay, so it must be my. I'm gonna jump off and jump right back in. 1 second. Keep going ahead, McFly. Thanks, Yan.
Cool. So yeah, as you can see, I have already some deposit here, and I have only one. I'm using only one pool, the WFTM with under the hood Scream. Scream, it's a lending protocol similar to Cream. We are also offering some pool with Gaze. So yeah, you see different assets, like we have different pools for DAI, USDC, and we are using basically two lending protocol right now on Fantom. So yeah, the first step here will be to click on this deposit button, and you will have your WFTM loading. And I'm wondering if I still have some WFTM here, or if I send everything. I just sent everything to the other asset. Okay, just 1 second, guy. Sorry for this mess. I will just withdraw all of that.
Guys, we're going to pause here real quick while McFly's just sorting that out. I just want to open it up to the audience. If you guys have any questions or comments about anything related to what we've been discussing so far, feel free to just jump in right now and just go ahead and ask.
I'm trying my best, guys. But just between Ledger Live, MetaMask, Brave, like it's the tech stack nightmare. I don't know if you have the same issue, but it's really make my life hard.
Hey McFly, could you elaborate the gas fees? Like when is it best to like do transaction on the mainnet?
Usually for me, at least, is between Saturday night and Sunday morning is when the activity is a bit lower on the network for Ethereum mainnet. So yeah, usually I'm doing a lot of things at that time.
Yeah, that's what I find too, Yan, by the way. It's like some weird hours throughout the weekend that are generally, a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm just reconnecting my ledger and all the stuff. If you are following a bit the development regarding ledger and Trezor, supporting the EIP 1559, you can notice that Trezor is not working really well with MetaMask. If you have some new transaction to sign using the EIP 1559. And Ledger is also capricious sometimes with MetaMask. So yeah, if you have an issue using 88 MPH, sometimes it's better to directly connect your Ledger, but usually it's working fine. It's just, yeah, sometimes capricious. So yeah, let me retry that. Okay, you will see that on Fantom, the transactions are pretty fast. That's one of the main benefits of using Fantom. And the cool thing is FRScan build the FTM scan. So it's kind of like you have a similar user experience, just checking the details of your transaction when they are done. And yeah, basically, yeah, you see what's happened under the hood. And the cost associated with each transaction, of course. So let's start again. Sorry about that, guys. I'm reloading that. Okay, so starting fresh. You will see some soon stuff related to the MPH rewards. As I said earlier in the call, for people joining us right now, there is not yet any MPH bridged to the Fantom network. We are working on that to see how we can start building liquidity on Fantom, and also see how we can start offering the same user experience in terms of incentive on Ethereum mainnet than on Ethereum mainnet directly on Fantom. So yeah, stay tuned for that. We'll announce things when it's ready, probably next week. So yeah, going to deposit some WFTM. So right now, the best rate you can get for the WFTM is on Scream. So you get close to 9% fixed yield rate. So I'm clicking on deposit, and you can input the amount you want to deposit. Let's say I want to deposit 17 FTM. And here you can select the maturity. So the maturity is the amount of time you want your capital to be put at work for earning fixed yield rate. So you can select between 1 day and 365 days of maturity. So for the maturity, like the short-term maturity, you will see that you get a more generous fixed yield rate. The longer the maturity, the lower your fixed yield rate you will get. Why we are doing that is just because we can't really predict what will be the underlying variable rate for FTM on Scream over the next 12 months, for example. So we want to be like playing it safe, want to be a bit more conservative regarding the amount of fixed yield rate we will be able to promise you. In order just to make sure that everything works in whatever money market conditions, even if the rate go really down on Scream for the FTM, we will be able to still ensure that at the end you will get your fixed yield and your money back. So yeah, basically staying solvent is the main challenge of 88 MPH. So we want to make sure everything we design is working in that direction, making everything solvent and secure. So for this reason, we are not offering crazy rates because it's definitely not the goal here. The MPH incentive can give you a boost, of course, when we will offer that on other chains. But right now it's just pure fixed yield rate. So what you see is what you get. So right now, if I'm depositing for, let's say 1 year, I will get 6% fixed yield rate on my WFTM. So with the amount I'm inputting in, it will give me that amount of WFTM at the end when my deposit will reach the maturity date. So you won't get it before. You need to wait 1 year to get the fixed yield rate we are promising. Of course, you can withdraw early, but if you withdraw early your deposit, you won't get the fixed yield promised, of course. It will stay in the protocol. You will just able to withdraw your initial deposit minus 0.5 penalty on your initial deposit. So if you deposit 100 FTM, you will have a penalty of 0.5 FTM if you withdraw early before reaching the maturity date. So you can see here the maturity date is October 14th, 2022. The MPH rewards are at 0 right now, and that's the total you will get at maturity. So I'm going to deposit. And of course, Ledger make my life harder. Yeah, for this reason, I didn't wanted to use a ledger today. I really wanted to use another wallet because really Ledger Live is, I don't know, like how you can make this kind of thing. Honestly, I understand the point, but it's really, really annoying. I don't know your opinions regarding that, guys, but it's so much time lost dealing with this kind of issue. Like,
No, McFly, I gotta tell you, I haven't done any transactions really any today, but what sort of things are you experiencing with Trezor or Ledger happening? And is this like a recent update that just came out?
yeah, basically, like since Ledger Live, uh, when you use a ledger with MetaMask, you need to go through these Ledger Live things and basically connect, being sure that you want to connect your ledger to MetaMask and open this bridge. And if your Ledger Live close the bridge between your MetaMask and your ledger, and you submit a transaction, this transaction is just lost, and you did like a lot of time. I need to reset my ledger. So powering off, powering on, and just restart the process. So it's really, really, really annoying. Like a nightmare, honestly. And when when you need to deploy contracts or do like like 20 transaction is really, yeah, is really a pain. And right now I'm just trying to get Ledger Live waking up on my computer, and it's not waking up, so it's
Has anyone else been experiencing any of these issues? Wondering if anyone has any potential fixes or solutions or whatnot. Feel free to jump in the conversation.
yeah, I'm just going back. I'm just going back to sorry, to Brave, because right now I see that it's working there. So I will just do that. So okay, so I'm back on Brave. Hopefully it will work there because yeah, Ledger Live is not ready. So yeah, I'm going to make a deposit here. So we were using Scream, and I will deposit that amount for, let's say, 30 days. Okay. Okay. So I need to approve first because it's the first time I'm using this wallet for 88 MPH. So you need to pay a small amount of gas fee for approving 88 MPH to spend your WFTM. So it's basically what's written here. And when that is done, you will be able to deposit. So the text here will be updated and you will have a deposit button. So yeah, you can see where if your transaction is pending. So we are under the hood, we are using block native just to check where the transaction, like the status of the transaction. So sometimes you can see some delay regarding what's happening really on the chain and the update you have in the front end. Like right now, you see that the transaction is still pending according to block native, but it's not the case. So you can just close that and reload. And hopefully it will load. So while waiting is loading, sometimes you see that kind of message. There is nothing wrong with the contracts or some stuff like that. It's just we are using under the hood a subgraph. So basically, it's a tool that allows us to carry what's happening on the blockchain of Phantom. So like just pulling the data from there. So we need to have this subgraph in sync with the chain. And you see right now is out of sync. There is some block missing because sometimes like it's the graph, it's a service we are using, and sometimes they need more time to catch up with the block 8 of the chain. So for this reason, sometimes you see that. But yeah, there is nothing wrong. It's just some delay regarding what's currently happening on the chain and what you see in the UI. But yeah, Brave is really a pain in the ass also. Okay, so here we go. Thanks for your patience. Let's deposit. So I'm depositing right now, and like it's just a few seconds to get the transaction confirmed. So I can close that. And usually, if you don't close the little module with the transaction link, like when the transaction is confirmed, the UI will reload directly. But just to gain some time here, I will reload right now. and you see my deposit right now. So yeah, definitely don't use Brave, please. Don't do like me. It's definitely working well on Firefox, but yeah, MetaMask and Ledger, it's a no-go there also. So yeah, so you have that here. You have your deposit. You can see the details by just uncollapsing the whole, and you will see the maturity date. So right now it's locked, but it's not locked in the sense it's just reaching the maturity date will unlock the interest for you. If you want to withdraw early, you can do that here. And you can withdraw just a certain percentage. Let's say you want to withdraw just 25% of your initial deposit. Just keep in mind that we charge an early withdrawal fee for that, 0.5%. And you can get like what we will do with the protocol revenue on Fantom. We will distribute 100% of the protocol revenue to the community. So like the same process as on Ethereum mainnet, where we distribute the early withdrawal fee, the 20% fee on the interest paid out, plus all the accumulated governance token we are able to harvest on Aave, Compound, and other protocol we are using under the hood. All of that is directly distributed to MPH staker. So stay tuned for having the same process on Fantom too. So yeah, early withdrawal is possible, of course. You can top up your initial deposit. So topping up your initial deposit, it won't change the maturity date. You stay with the same maturity date. Let's say, for example, right now it's 1 month. So it's the same maturity, but you can add up some top up your initial deposit with more funds. So if I want to add like, let's say 8 more FTM there, you will see the new fixed yield you will be able to earn at the end, at the maturity. With other data related to that, the new amount, withdrawable amount, and the MPH reward is not yet active here, so it's at 0. And so claim is for claiming the MPH rewards, but it's at 0, of course. And here the NFT stuff is we are representing your deposit as a NFT, a ERC 721. So this NFT is acting as a key. You only have access to that key, and this key gives you the right to withdraw early your deposit or to withdraw at maturity your initial deposit plus the interest at a fixed yield rate. So this NFT is cool to have an NFT, and you can do many things with it. You can customize the metadata if you want. You can do something where you can add a name to your deposit. You can add an image also if you want. You can really customize it as you wish, adding different attributes to your deposit. So it's up to you, and you can see the customization directly on OpenSea. So it's more something that you want to use on Polygon or on Ethereum mainnet, because the ecosystem there is more mature, especially for OpenSea. But just to give you a quick example of what you can do, yesterday we had an artist in residence at 88MPH who created a video associated directly with a deposit. And this video is updated according to the amount of interest generated. So it's loading right now, but basically it's a dynamic NFT. So the content of the NFT change during the maturity, along the maturity of your deposit. So this deposit is for 1 month, earning 1% fixed APR plus 14% MPH rewards on that amount of WBTC. So this thing is for Ethereum mainnet. So you see the current state of this Bitcoin logo, you see the different cubes inside representing the yield that start being generated for this deposit. So over time, like in 1 month, the cube will be bigger. They will be ordered in a different way. So basically, it's a living thing, like a living organism that evolves over time. So it's a cool experiment. So it's the kind of things that we are also exploring at ATMPH, how we can mix financial product with creative content. Before I was mentioning also the in-game assets. So all of that is currently being explored. Is not our main focus, of course. Our main focus is still fixed deal rate. But it's cool things that we can do, because why not? Like, we can do it, so why not doing it? And yeah, we are inviting everyone to be creative with that. We also, last time we attached also the official 88MPH song. So you can basically attach whatever you want to a deposit NFT. You can customize with a song, you can customize with a video, with an image, with a GIF. And here it's a song. So this thing was sold, and the proceeds of the sale went directly to the governance treasury. So we sold it for 1.6 ETH, and it was something that we financed directly with the governance treasury some months ago. So it's a community member who created that song, and we just sold it. And this song is generating 1.65% fixed yield rate on 888 USDT plus some MPH reward. So the new owner of this deposit, he has the song plus is generating some yield while listening to this song. And the same for the video. So yeah, it's just cool use cases. Just having some fun with that and exploring different way of being creative. So yeah, going back to our main stuff, you can do the same on Fantom. You can customize the deposit NFT metadata with whatever you want. So yeah, it's up to you to be like, if you want to do something with that. It's not mandatory, of course. And I think that's it for the fixed parts of 88MPH. You will see another section on Fantom. The name is yield. So the yield is the yield token. When you buy a yield token on 88MPH, basically you are speculating on the future variable yield rate that we have on the underlying protocol we are using. So for instance, on Fantom, it's Geist and Scream. So it's a speculative tool. You can see it as something like a kind of, it's kind of like a tool, an instrument, a leveraged instrument for speculating on the rates. It's pretty unique. I'm not sure any other protocol is developing this kind of things, even if you probably heard a lot about yield token. Like, it's fairly different the way it works with 88MPH compared to other stuff like Pendle, Element Finance. It's not the same nature of yield token. So basically what happened under the hood here is I just deposited here 17 WFTM. So when you go on the yield page, you will get access to a drop-down here. And this drop-down will list the yield token available for purchase. And the yield token are a representation of the amount of fixed yield rate we are promising to the depositor. So the depositor today, it's me. I deposited some WFTM to earn a fixed yield rate on top of it. And when I deposited, at the same time, 88MPH listed an opportunity, a yield token opportunity to be able to purchase on this yield section. So I'm just waiting that this thing load. I'm really sorry about that, guy. It's really messy. Let me reload. Okay, it's loading. So the interface for the yield token is structured like that. You can select the protocol, or you can just select the pool asset you want to explore. So right now, what I want is going to explore the WFTM on screen, and you will see a list of the yield token opportunity there. So the current yield token opportunity are that one. So what you see here is you get the maturity date. So the maturity date of the yield token is exactly the same as the one of the depositor. So if I deposited for 30 days, the yield token will attach it to, tie it to that deposit, will have the same maturity. So it's really something living in symbiosis. So it's really like tied to the deposit. So here you get mine is here. So I deposited 17 WFTM. So the same amount of yield token for the WFTM deposit I did will be minted. But you will see the USD value of this yield token is 0.33 cents. So this value is the value of interest that we are promising to the depositor. So for 1 month deposit, a deposit of 17 FTM will yield that amount at 9% something. So here I'm able to purchase that amount. And when I'm purchasing the yield token, it will give me the right to earn the variable rate of the underlying deposit. So I will earn a variable rate on that amount of value. So the full amount of the deposit, so worth 36, close to $36, plus the value I spent for buying the yield token. So I will earn that total. So yeah, just to summarize that, the yield token is tied directly to a deposit. It's listed at the same time the deposit transaction is confirmed. And when you buy the yield token here, it mints the yield token on 88MPH, and it gives the right to the holder of the yield token to earn the whole variable yield on the total amount of a deposit. If you buy, of course, the total amount of yield token available. So let's say, for example, I want to buy this yield token for WFTM. The current estimated ROI, return on investment, for this yield token currently is 49%. So what does it mean? Is basically I'm investing that amount, 0.33 cents, and I will basically earn a return on investment of 50% right now on this yield token. But of course, like, it's an estimate, because you need to wait until the maturity date is reached. to be able to get the full amount of your return on investment for this yield token. And here, this slide, it's to play with your estimate. So if you are bullish, you think that the rate of WFTM on Scream will increase over the maturity of the deposit here. You can basically simulate how much return on investment you will get. So you see if I'm increasing, you can earn a lot. But of course, if the average variable rate on Scream decrease a lot, you will probably end being not in profit with this yield token. So you have kind of a certain amount of margin, a profit margin, but it depends. Like you really need to, it's a bet, so it's a speculative tool. So if you are bullish, you can buy this kind of yield token. If you are not so bullish, you can still buy it, but you need to take care of the the fluctuation, the evolution of a variable rate for WFTM on Scream over the following days. So yeah, it's basically a leverage, a leverage instrument for speculating on a variable rate. It's pretty interesting. You can make a lot of money with that, but also you can lose money with that. So just make sure you understand how it works. But why we are offering that, you will ask me probably, is not just to have like this fancy instrument in place. It's when someone buy the yield token, is basically funding the interest we are promising to the user. So here, what you see for this deposit, for example, the depositor will earn at maturity $67 worth of WFTM. So these 67 are the interest that we owe to that user. So if you buy this yield token right now, you will end paying that amount, and this amount basically will act as will fund completely the interest that we owe to the user. So we won't need to care anymore about the volatility of the variable rate on Scream protocol, because the yield token buyer will have guaranteed the interest for the depositor. So we don't need to care anymore about staying solvent for this deposit. So yeah, that's the main goal of the yield token. It's for de-risking, adding a new layer of de-risking in place at 88MPH in order to make everything more secure and more solvent, and making sure that 88MPH work in whatever market condition. So like the main mechanism in place is, of course, the interest oracle. Like the way we are structuring the interest oracle, like we want to make sure that we are we stay competitive in terms of yield, but we are not too much generous in case the market rate decrease a lot in terms of rate on gas or Scream. We want to make sure that we have still a margin, a safety margin in place in order to stay solvent. And the yield token is another layer on top of that, adding more security. And basically, we are outsourcing the risk of insolvency to someone else. So this someone else is the yield token buyer. So the yield token buyer, he has a lot of opportunity. He can make a good return on investment, and at the same time is funding the debt of the system of 88MPH, what we owe to our users. So it's not mandatory to have someone buying the yield token to make the system work. It's just an added layer on top of what we have currently to de-risk more all of that. So the experience with the previous version of 88MPH v2 is that usually we get close to 75% of all the interests that we owe to our users were funded by the yield token. And we are currently seeing the same trends with the V3 on mainnet, and probably we will see the same trends on Fantom, on Avalanche, and Polygon with the yield token, because it's kind of like a generous return on investment. So probably according to different market conditions, of course, the context matter. But yeah, it's really a cool mechanism, and we see a good reinforcing feedback loop between the yield token and the deposit to make all of that really more comfortable for everyone to use. So at the end, like the main challenge for us, as I said before, is staying solvent. So for this reason, we introduced this yield token. So if I'm buying one, let's say I want to buy just a certain amount of this yield token. So this yield token, the total amount represents $67. And by paying this amount, you can earn a yield, a variable yield on $13,000 worth of WFTM. So the maturity, it's ending in 15 days. So the current era is 46. So if I'm doing that, I will just try to buy, let's see. Okay, I will just buy 1,000 of that thing. So you see the associated cost. My balance is not yet loading. It's annoying, but I can probably continue. And here you see, yeah, you earn floating rate yield on blah, blah, blah. No MPH reward for that product yet. So that's the amount I will pay. And if this thing wants to load, okay. So I'm confirming the transaction. So you see, I'm not buying the full quantity, like the full amount of yield token available. I can just buy a certain percentage of it, and other users can go on the same yield token, and they can buy like the leftover. Reaper, maybe you want to make a pause?
Yeah, for sure. We're going to pause here just real quick, guys. Does anyone have any questions or anything that they want to talk about, ask? Now's your time. Feel free.
So yeah, meanwhile, yeah, I just wanted to say that my position is open right now with the yield token. So you see your position, your active position for the yield token directly here. So for each asset, you have a row, and the same as on the deposit side, you have like you need to uncollapse to see each position for each pool. So you see the maturity, you see the amount of yield token you purchased. So I purchased 1,000 yield token for this asset worth $11. And I'm currently on the variable yield for this $2,000 worth of deposit. And here you will see the yield earned, the refunded amount, and the MPH reward earned. But as I said, the MPH reward, there is no MPH reward right now on Fantom. And the refunded amount is if, in the case of someone withdrawing early his deposit, you will get refunded. So your money is not lost even if someone withdraw his deposit tied to the yield token. of course, you will get your money back. And you see here the claim button. So there's two ways of harvesting the current yield you are earning with the yield token, or you claim it yourself, or you wait that the depositor withdraw fully his deposit at maturity or withdraw early in order to get the yield generated so far for your deposit. So, or you want to claim it and so you bear the cost of the transaction, or you wait that the depositor withdraw his deposit, and he will pay the gas to send the yield that the protocol owe you. So there is these two ways. So or you are patient and you wait until the depositor withdraw, or you can claim it before. So the way it works is just make accurate interest claimable. So you see here I'm real time earning some variable rate for my yield token. So I'm earning that amount currently. So I can make them claimable. So it's a two-step process if you don't want to wait. So I need to make them claimable, and after I will be able to claim them. So yeah, and so yeah, it's done. And you see here the amount claimable. So I'm claiming my interest, and you see right away my yield token is generating money for me. And it's generating money on $2,000 worth of deposit, and I just invested $11. So that's high leverage, speculative, of course. So keep in mind that you can make a lot of money, but you can also lose a lot of money. So just no financial advice here. And header not found. I will just try to reload. Okay, here we go. So yeah, again, sorry guys for this messy demonstration between my shitty network and my shitty MetaMask. It's a lot of issue. I'm a bit struggling, but yeah, thanks for your patience. So I think it's the end of this demonstration. It was a long one, so thanks for your attention. I just wanted to demo, the two main products we have currently on Fantom, the fixed yield rate deposits and the yield token. So yeah, you can see here how much I'm able to claim. And it failed, so that's, I suppose, the end of my demonstration. I don't know what it failed, but yeah, I will make sure it works. Anyway, it's usually works, so you can click that working on mainnet. Of course, it's working. It's brand new on Fantom, so probably we need to take a deeper look at that. So yeah, thanks for watching.
All right, McFly, that was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. I'm surprised that nobody has any questions, but I'm going to pause here real quick just to see if anyone does before we head towards the end of the call here. So I'm just going to pause for a quick 30 seconds. And if you have any questions, feel free to just perk up and just go ahead and ask.
Hey McFly, are you going to Lisbon next week for the blockchain week in Europe?
Unfortunately, no, because I'm in Brazil currently. I'm going back in Europe the October 2025. So yeah, I won't be able to attend, unfortunately.
All right.
Okay, guys, it looks like we don't have any further questions. McFly, if you want to drop me a number in our private chat, we will end the call with our traditional raffle. So I invite everyone to the general room here. If you want to put in a number in between 1 and 50, and the person that gets it or closest to will win today's raffle. I will pause here for a minute, giving everyone an opportunity to do so. McFly, if you want to drop the number in our private chat, that'd be awesome. I'll look out for it.
Done. And yeah, Whipper, I see that there is some questions.
Oh, where?
On the chat, the main chat, there is a TZ1 underground. It was asking me, I got a question more about the yield token topic instead of FTM. So,
all right. Do you want to take that question?
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, for everyone.
Sorry, McFly, your internet connection keeps cutting in and out.
Oh, let me rewind. Okay, I'm back. Is it better?
While we're waiting for McFly's internet connection just to get back up and running, I just want to congratulate Crazy K for winning today's raffle.
Congrats.
Crazy K, please be advised that we are having issues with our tip CC bot, so please DM me. I will be in touch with you over the next couple of days so that we can send out your raffle prize to you. As mentioned at the beginning of the call, we are experiencing some issues, so please be patient with us. Thank you.
Yeah, it seems that it's the week of struggling with everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, just to answer the questions related to the yield token, the question, how can we better decide if we will earn the yield on the deposit or when we lose the yield token we bought? So it's definitely a bet on the future. So you are speculating on the future variable rate of a lending protocol. So like the main things that you need to take a look at is how much leverage activity there is currently in the market. Is there a lot of borrowing activity that sustain a generous yield for the supplier of this lending protocol? So it's mainly a question of that, like following the different trends and the movement of the money market in order to be able to see when to buy a yield token. But it's pretty hard to do that. Like you can't really read in the future and see, oh, on average over the next 12 months, the variable rate will be staying at that amount or decreasing or increasing. Is definitely a bet. So yeah.
Thank you, McFly, for answering that. Just real quick before we wrap it up, does anyone have any last questions that they want to squeeze in before we end the call? Okay, it doesn't look like it. So congratulations once again, Crazy K. We will definitely be in touch with each other to get you your prize. I want to wish everyone a wonderful day. Thanks for coming out, supporting 88 MPH. As you can see, not just with the demo, with everything that's been going on, a lot of stuff happening here. So please stay up to date, stay connected. Have a wonderful day, and be sure to check us out on the next call. Have a great day, everyone.